it's not necessarily about what happens to you or the things that happen to you, but it's about what you allow affect you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking this video. I appreciate everyone that comes back to my channel interested in me, even wanting to listen to me, hear from me, hear what I got to say. So thank you for coming back to my channel. Sorry if I talk a little funny. I have my retainers in because I gotta keep them in. You guys know the struggle. If you had braces, you know what I'm talking about. So this video is actually going to be a lot shorter than my last one because I just wanted to come on here and do a quick little story time of what happened to me yesterday. So before I get started into the video, I hope everyone had an amazing week. I hope you accomplished the things that you need to accomplish, got done what you needed to get done. And sorry if I keep looking outside. My neighbor's outside right now, so just want to be nosy trying to see what they got going on. But no, for real, this is going to be really quick. I just wanted to come and talk about how God really showed me he had my back. Okay, let me just get into the video. So yesterday after work, did I go to Costco yesterday? I think I went to Costco. I go to Costco yesterday. So my manager at the job I work at, which is CarMax, my manager at work, she used to work at Sam's Club for like, I think she told me 16 years. So we always be making jokes because I always go to Costco and she always goes to Sam's Club. So yesterday I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Sam's Club because the other day she was bringing me some snacks. I was like, wait a minute, these snacks are kind of good. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Sam's Club to see, you know, what they have over there. Not really to buy anything, but just to look, literally just to go there and walk around and look around. So after I went to Costco, I went home and then I went to Sam's Club. Before I went to Sam's Club though, my uncle asked if I could go to Popeyes for him on my way back home from Sam's Club. So, you know, I'm like, okay, cool, sure. I'm gonna go to Sam's Club real quick because the sun was about to go down. I think it was at 8:30. Those of you guys that don't know, I grew up in a Seventh-day Adventist church. So we keep the Sabbath, and the Sabbath starts on Friday night when the sun goes down. So I was like, okay, I need to hurry up, go to Sam's Club, then go to Popeyes. Because who knows, these days, Popeyes lines be long. So I wasn't trying to be stuck in a line or nothing. So I went to the Sam's Club on Woodman here in Colorado Springs. And I was walking around and you guys, no shade to Costco, but Sam's Club got some good stuff. And I feel like they're cheaper too than Costco. I don't know, maybe that's just my personal opinion, but they got some good stuff. I was like low-key amazed. Like, I know people were watching me like, what is she doing? Because first of all, I didn't have a cart. So I'm already a little sus. You know, people be going to like Costco and Sam's Club with no cart. Like, what are you doing, grabbing one thing? Well, that was me. I was going to grab at least something so I didn't go in there and just like walk out with nothing. So I was walking around. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like taking pictures of everything and sending them to my dad. I was like, Dad, look, they have this. They have this. I was low-key shook. So after I left Sam's Club, I'm on my way to Popeyes, okay? I'm on my way to Popeyes, and this is where it gets a little like, whoa. So right after I get on to, what street is, okay, on Woodman. So I'm on Woodman, and a cop is behind me, but I'm straight, like I'm not doing nothing. So I'm not one of those type of people that like, oh my goodness, there's a cop, like, oh gosh. So I was just like keeping it cool, keeping it relaxed. So I'm in the left lane. I was like, what lane is this? I'm in the left lane, and the cop is behind me or whatever. I speed up a little bit because I need to get all the way into the right lane because there's 3 lanes. So I need to get all the way in the right lane to go to Popeyes because Popeyes is like the next turn that's coming up. So I get all the way over, and then like I'm speeding up and I get all the way over. And then the cop gets all the way over too and gets like, he's still behind me. And I'm like, I know he's not about to pull me over because I'm not doing nothing. So, you know, I'm chill, I'm relaxed. Then he puts his lights on and I'm like, whoa, oh shoot. Hold on, let me put my glasses back on, period, okay. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what? Why am I getting pulled over? I didn't even do anything, I'm not speeding. That's the only thing he pulled me over for because like, nothing else is wrong. So I stop or whatever, and I'm not actually like, at first I was nervous, but then I was like, I literally didn't even do anything. So let me hear what this cop is about to tell me why he pulled me over. So I rolled down my window or whatever, and no, really what caught me off guard was, you know, when you get pulled over, they usually come to the window, like the driver's seat window. He went to the passenger seat window, but I guess it was because the way I pulled over, I guess, was on a busy street, I guess. He could have went to the other side. But anyways, I was like, why is he going over there? But anywho. So I rolled down my window, and he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm doing good. Okay, wait. Before I get into it, I think I watched this TikTok or something, and it was basically like how cops, my neighbors are playing what is that? Bow and arrow. That looks so cool. I'm gonna show you guys at the end of the video because that looks cool. Okay, anywho. So I watched this TikTok, and it was basically how like cops put their hand like on your car. It was something like that, but he did it, and I was like, yo, he actually touched my car. Anywho, I just wanted to say that because I thought that was so cool because I actually seen that on the TikTok. So I rolled down the window, and he's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm doing good. How are you? He was like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, no, actually, I don't know. And he was like, oh, ma'am, your registration tags are expired. And I'm like, expired? I said, for real? I was like, no way, for real? And he was like, yeah, they're expired. And let me just backtrack a little bit. So when I moved here to Colorado, my uncle was letting me use his car. So I'm using his car until I get my own car. And so before he was gonna give me the car, my auntie told him, like, make sure your registration tags are good, make sure like she gave him a list, like, make sure this is good, make sure this is good, make sure this is good, right? So I'm thinking, like, did he not get his tags fixed? Or, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm thinking in my head, like, something just doesn't sound right. This just is not right, because I've been driving this car. Today is July 2nd. I've been driving this car for like over a month. So you mean to tell me I've been driving this vehicle with expired tags this whole time? I was like I was just, my mind was blown, you guys. My mind was blown. So he goes back or whatever, because he's like, oh, do you have your license and registration? So I give him my license. I'm like, I have my license, but let me look for my registration because this is not my car. Whatever. So he goes back. I call my auntie, and I'm like, auntie, I just got pulled over because Uncle Tony's tags are expired. And she was like, really? And I was like, yes. And then I was like, he asked for the insurance. So I don't see no insurance card in the glove department. I don't see no insurance card in the glove department. And so she was like, okay. First, I could tell she was like really nervous, because first she told me to look up the insurance company on my phone, and she gave me the whole wrong insurance company. I was like, auntie, is this it? She was like, oh, no. Let me just do it on my computer. So she starts doing it on her computer, and she sends me a picture of the insurance or whatever. That's taking like 5 minutes. I'm like, auntie, all you gotta do is log in and, send me the picture. Why is it taking so long? But I think she was like looking for other papers and stuff. So that's why she was, you know what? I know exactly what she's doing, because if I show you guys this drawer, it's like wide open. So I guarantee you she was going through all these papers and was trying to find something, because the drawer is still not closed, okay? And the papers are all still hanging out. So I guarantee that's what was taking so long. So after she gave me the picture or whatever, before that, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, I had, I don't know what he said, I don't know, whatever he said. He said he basically asked the other cop or whatever to look up the vehicle, because not only is my tags expired, the month tag is like not even on the license plate. And I'm like, auntie, the cop is saying the month tag thingy is not even on there either. And she was like, oh, well, Uncle Tony said it got stolen. And she was like going on and on. And I was like, okay, so what do you want me to tell him? And she was like, just, you could tell she was trying to look up stuff, just doing a whole bunch of other things. So she's not even answering my question. I'm like, auntie, what do you want me to tell him? I think I asked her that like literally 6 times. What do you want me to tell him? And she was like, oh, well, just tell him we're gonna get it taken care of. And I was just thinking in my head, I'm not going to say that because clearly we won't have to get it taken care of. I need something to say like right now of like why they're expired and why there's no month tag on there. She was like, just tell him because Uncle Tony, I guess, said that the month tag got stolen and we lost the mail. We lost the paper that comes in the mail of when you're supposed to renew your tags and stuff like that. So that's basically what I told him. And really what had me was when he told me the tags expired, because I'm thinking, okay, they can't be like that expired, maybe like a couple months or something, you know what I mean? Nah. He told me, my other officer just looked up your vehicle and it said that the tags expired in March of 2021. And I said, no way. I literally said, no way. And he was like, yeah, they expired of March of last year. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, for real? So you mean to tell me I've been driving this car that's been expired for over a year? Over a year, that's crazy. Over a year, that's a long time. And so I'm just like stuck. Like, I don't know about you guys, but if you are driving a vehicle that has tags expired of over a year, something is wrong. There is no reason why you should be driving that vehicle, period. So I'm like, what? And so I'm like, Auntie, he just said the tags expired last year in March. And she was like, whoa. And I'm like, yeah, because I got here in, I think I got here in May. Yeah, I got here in May. So you mean to tell me my uncle has been driving this car for over a year with expired tags? I'm like, so we just been cruising with expired tags and ain't nobody knew. And I was like, that is really a shame. That is really a shame. So really what I learned from this was, before I continue, what I learned from this was a couple weeks ago. I really want to say it's been like a month. I want to say it's been like a month. I started my job, I think, in May. Yeah, I think I started my job in May. So it's been like over a month since I've been driving to work and stuff, right? But a couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, God told me to stop listening to like R&B music and like rap music and stuff like that in the car, in my uncle's car that I've been driving. So for the past couple weeks, I've been only listening to gospel music and Christian music. So first, when he told me, I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do it. And then like the first couple days, it was kind of hard because like it was just a habit to turn on like, my playlist that I'd be jamming to and stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, now I have to like find the Christian music that I like. And that's when I ran into the new Maverick City Kingdom album. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm good. Like I'm about to just jam this out until I get tired of it. And I have not got tired of it yet, because I even listened to the Elevation, I think it's Elevation Worship and Maverick City. They have an album that has Gyra on it. If you haven't listened to Gyra, listen to Gyra. That's like my favorite song right now. But I listened to that, and I listened to that album and the new Kingdom album. And I've been listening to that for like the past month. And I've been finding like really good music. So, when he told me at first, I was like, okay, I'm a little nervous because I don't really like, I have a good playlist of gospel music and Christian music, but how sometimes, I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes you're like, okay, like I don't want to listen to the same song, like the same worship song, you know what I mean? So I had to like take time to actually listen to different types of Christian music, different types of gospel music to really like make a good playlist, because I like to listen to music like loud in my car, and I want to listen to stuff that I enjoy, you know what I mean? So maybe like 2 weeks ago, the Lord told me like, you make sure you listen to what I'm telling you, because if you don't, I'm gonna make you get pulled over. So you better not be speeding, you better not be doing nothing you ain't supposed to be doing on the roads, and you better listen, because if you don't, something bad is gonna happen. So yesterday when I got pulled over, I was just thinking like, because I was jamming Christian music too. And I was like, okay, wait a minute now. God is testing me. This is a test. This is definitely a test. And when that happened, and this is a good part, I just forgot to say the end of the story. So basically the cop let me go with no ticket, nothing. He was like, we was chopping it up. Like, he was so cool. Like, I think this is probably the nicest cop that I've ever had an interaction with ever, because he was so nice. I was talking about work with him because I work at CarMax and stuff. And so he was like super chill. He was like, yeah, I'm not gonna write you a ticket or anything. And I was like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. We're definitely gonna get this taken care of and stuff. And then after I left or whatever, and I was like on the way home, I was just like, literally, I was saying, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God, because that was literally him. I don't know about you guys, but I was driving a vehicle that had expired tags for over a year. I don't know nobody that gets pulled over and gets let go for that. That's kind of crazy. Like, I can understand you speeding, whatever. I could be looking good or whatever. You know how people trying to be using that. I don't really see how that, anyways, that's just a whole different topic. But whatever the case may be, is that I literally got let go with no ticket or anything. Like, he just told me, you know, get it taken care of or whatever. And then I'm still thinking about, like, dang, my uncle said he wanted some Popeyes. I asked my auntie, I'm like, do I still go to Popeyes or do I just go home? She was like, it's up to you. And I was like, well, if it was me and I wanted somebody to give me Popeyes, I don't care if you get pulled over or not, make sure you give me that Popeyes. So I was like, okay, let me just go to Popeyes. Plus, I was passing it, so it's not like it was out of my way. I literally have to pass the Popeyes to go home. So I'm like, I might as well just go to Popeyes and go home. So anyways, really what I'm trying to say is, like, when God tells you to do something, make sure you do it, because I 100% guarantee you guys that if I didn't listen to him when he told me that I needed to listen to Christian music in the car, I would have definitely gotten a ticket for sure. And I don't know, like, how that ticket would have affected my license or anything, because I know I've gotten one ticket, and I'm only gonna stick to that one. I'm not getting no more. But I've gotten one ticket in the past, and I was supposed to get some points taken off my license, but the judge just, like, let it go or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I guarantee you I would have gotten a ticket and some deductions off my license or something for that, because over a year, that is a long time. So when God tells you to do something, or if you feel something is on your heart, which is God, you know, which is the Holy Spirit telling you to do something, go ahead and do it. Because I promise you, even if you don't understand, like, why you're doing it right now, God is going to let you know later on. And that's definitely what he did. You know, I didn't understand why he told me, okay, listen, well, I do understand, but, you know, I didn't understand the full reason why. And, you know, it's just like, he's telling me to do things, and it's just like, he's like proving it to me at the same time. So, you know, when like someone tells you something and you're like, okay, I can believe you, but can you like prove it to me? Like, you know, back it up. I feel like that's literally what God is doing. He's telling me to do something, and he's backing it up. Okay, like, this is why I want you to do this, and da 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 da. So that was just my highlight of the week, was getting pulled over by a cop and being let go. So there's clearly a reason behind it and everything like that. I feel like everything happens for a reason. So I'm always trying to figure out, like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? It's not that something, it's not like bad things are happening to me, but it's like, what am I allowing? Okay, this is good. I told my auntie this earlier. It's not necessarily about what happens to you or the things that happen to you, but it's about what you allow. I could have let this given me like a bad attitude, a bad day. But no, I was super cool with the cop. I was asking him questions. I was chopping it up. And he was like super nice, super respectful. You know what I mean? So, because God is always going to make sure that you're protected, that you're okay, you know, if you trust him. And even if you don't trust him, he's still out here protecting people, okay? So I just want to give a big shout out to God. Thank you for letting me go on that one, because that situation could have been totally different. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope you guys learned something from my video. Love is one in a million.